Thanks. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Facilities Committee of March 23rd. I call this meeting to order. All members of the committee are here. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next up, I need a motion to approve the February 23rd open session meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next up, Mr. Burnett, Piedmont High School turf field design.
Good morning, everyone. So Union County Public Schools is the beneficiary of $1.2 million from the state budget. That item was added in from Todd Johnson, so we certainly do appreciate that. It's specific to Piedmont High School and a synthetic turf field. So the item for the committee and for the board is to decide that they want to accept those funds and to proceed with the project. The way we would proceed with the project is we would incorporate it into a CIP project that we have at Piedmont High School, which is the track replacement and adjusting the field. So this works out actually pretty nicely, to have those together. We have a design change order that we will incorporate, should the committee and the board, move this forward. As budgeted, like I said, the state budget has $1.2 million in it. We would expect the cost to be in that neighborhood, maybe $1.2, $1.3 million. Staff will identify CIP savings, should that be needed, at that time of the bid. Staff recommends acceptance of the state funds and development of the synthetic turf field at Piedmont High School.
So we need a motion, and again, thank you to Senator Todd Johnson for the money in the state budget. So this is great.
I make a motion that we accept this money and recommend it to the full board at the April meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So that's 4-0. Thank you. Next up is the Marshville lighting bid. So that's inside the school, right?
Yes, it is. It's throughout, but so yes, we bid that on March 8th. Net Zero USA Holdings Inc. provided the lowest responsive bid at $154,920.87. I know you're going to ask this question.
Yes.
We have not worked with this company before. However, we do feel that this is a low risk contract. As bid, the project is within the 21-22 CIP funds. The project, so staff requests the board award the bid as provided by, sorry about that. Staff requests the board award the bid as provided by Net Zero USA Holdings, inclusive of bid alternates 1 and 2, in the amounts of $154,920.87 for the lighting replacement at Marshville Elementary School.
Any questions? If not,
Is this the entire interior lighting?
I believe it is, yes.
yes.
Okay. Is it going to like LED or is it like?
Yes, LED.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Motion to recommend the full board.
Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. That's 4-0. Next up is the CIP approval.
It's just for some background for folks who may be watching who are not familiar. It's a 5-year CIP is a 5-year planning tool. The board approves year 1 annually. The committee's already seen and been presented with a $19,493,300 year 1 draft CIP. And this is again for fiscal year 22-23. I haven't received any changes or proposed changes from the last presentation on February 23rd, for any modifications. So the 2023 capital improvement plan is submitted for your approval to move forward to the board at $19,493,300.
Any questions? We went through this at the last meeting. I need a motion to send it to the full board.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's 4-0. Next is the reassignment second reading, the ones that we talked about at the meeting, and it went to the full board for the first reading. Does anyone have any questions on that?
No, I make a motion that we send this to the full board at the April meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the next one is new. Reassignments for Bedford townhomes.
Yes, and Don Obram is online too. If you have any specific questions, overall, this proposed subdivision is adjacent to the recently reassigned Solis subdivision. There are no occupants in this proposed subdivision, and no current students will be affected, just like the ones you just moved forward. This reassignment and proposed change is based on current enrollment numbers. It's Bedford Towns, which is near Chestnut Lane and Matthews Weddington Road, would move from Antioch Elementary and Weddington Middle and High Schools to Indian Trail Elementary and Sun Valley Middle and High Schools. The Facilities Committee, if it so chooses, would recommend to the Board of Education to consider reassignment of the proposed subdivision to the proposed schools. And this would be the first reading. It would go to the full board at the April meeting. It would come back to the committee in April, and it would then go to the Board of Education in May for final approval.
Thank you, Mr. Burdette and Mr. Obram, for bringing this to us. I wasn't aware of this. It is adjacent to Solis that we had already moved a couple months ago. So this makes perfect sense to do the same. So
I make a motion that we send to the full board for first reading at the April meeting.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that's 4-0 as well. Next up is just for information, the February building permits and zoning. If I don't hear anything else, we'll let you know about the next meeting date once we figure that out. If nobody has anything else, I need a motion to go into closed session to consult with our attorney in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege between the attorney and the public body, which privilege is hereby acknowledged pursuant to NCGS 143-318-11A3.
So moved.
And we have a different email to go into closed session, so we'll get out of this.
Okay.
We had a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.